Hey guys, it's Anthony from Showcase, and I'm here to do a quick talk today on the basics of what an SSL certificate is and why it's important to your online security, and particularly sites such as WordPress, and why you should have one really. So we'll jump straight in. SSL stands for Secure Sockets Layer, okay, which is just a fancy word of saying that the connections between your device and some distant destination on the web is covered by encryption. So encryption is a way of stopping somebody who isn't supposed to have that information from understanding what that information is and using it. So you can tell a website has an SSL certificate in place because it has a secure icon in the browser bar, something similar to this. And also the HTTP declaration has an S on the end rather than the standard HTTP. Okay, so to explain how it works, we're going to go back to the old days of traditional robberies where people would try and steal cash via armoured cars. So we'll have a quick look at that. Now, if we're treating our cash as information, then the most vulnerable places in this journey are when you're getting the cash from your house to your armoured vehicle. There's a vulnerability there, and then from your armoured vehicle into the bank, there's another vulnerability there. So robbers would typically try and wait for you here or here and nab your cash. So to bring the analogy forward to the online world, when you are putting in your data, your cash here, you're sending it via a browser to an end destination, which is typically a website, and it goes into the database and they can do whatever people need to do with that information. Now, we come into contact with these pages all the time in the form of contact forms, checkouts, login pages and registration pages. So really common pages that you should see now protected by SSL certificates. So when you have an SSL certificate in place, basically the information that you put in here gets jumbled up and encrypted, sent to your browser in encrypted format. So if anybody managed to get hold of the information here, it would just be a jumbled mess. And then at the other end, it gets decrypted, so turned back into usable data, and then whoever is supposed to have the information can use it. So the reason it's so important is that our friends over at Google, they love SSL certificates and they love website owners being proactive about the security of the information of users of the web. So they reward the people that are being proactive with a Google rank or a non-penalty, it might well be. So it's either way, it's a positive thing for you, and if you haven't already got an SSL certificate in place, you really should, just to make sure that you are benefiting as much as you can in the Google and other search engine results. One other key thing to remember as well is emails. Emails is also a transition of information from your device via a server to an end destination. So that should also be protected by SSL. Speak to your webmaster if you're not sure that that is the case for you. So there you have it, a really simple abstract definition of an SSL certificate. If you want any help in installing one, or you're not sure whether your website or emails already have SSL installed, then I'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below, and yeah, visit www.showcasewebdevelopment.co.uk to reach out via other contact methods. Speak to you soon. Bye.